to you have some concerns as to whether or not that child is yours. So we did do a DNA test, and we do have that answer here for you today. But before we get there, I want to start with you, Ms. Smith. Why don't you tell me what's going wrong in your marriage?
Well, like you said, we've been together for about 5 years now. Okay. Been married for 2, but he doesn't believe in my dreams, and he's very irresponsible.
Now, what dreams do you have that he doesn't support?
Well, I want to be a dancer. I've actually been dancing since we've been separated, but he didn't want me to dance while we were together.
Why didn't you want her to dance?
I mean, she wanted to be a stripper. Dancing is a whole different thing.
I thought I was like back up for Britney Spears or something. Well, you should have made that clear.
What?
Yeah. Same thing. Are you stripping?
Yes.
Okay.
That's your dream,
Can you understand that a husband would be concerned about that?
No, girlie.
It's a lifestyle that brings you. Oh, well, is that a stripper?
Oh, legit.
There you go. Well, you look good. I'm gonna say that. You look good. But it brings you into contact with, less than savory people. You may not always be safe, and it's hard to watch your wife be sexual in front of other dudes.
I understand that, but it's something that's in my heart. It's not something that I just want to do. It's something
in the heart.
In your heart.
We're here?
It's something that I want to do.
I mean, go ahead, 304.
How does stripping fulfill you?
Well, when I was 4 years old, I told my mom I wanted to be a pole dancer, and she gave me a whooping. So I'm 23 now. I need to do it at some point. You know what I mean?
Like
it's something I love to do.
You know what? As a child, because that is kind of crazy. Where are you getting this? What are you watching?
It's in my heart.
Okay.
That's concerning.
Mr. Collins, I can understand your concern about that. Do you have anything you want to add, or was my response adequate?
She don't support my dreams as well, but I mean I just
don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's my wife. I mean, if it's just like a girl, that's what's up. But my wife, nah.
Okay, what are your dreams that she doesn't support?
I mean, I have a dream of being a promoter. I want to be in the entertainment period, music, anything. I mean, that has to do with entertainment. Because I mean, I'm multi-talented. But I mean, before I was talking to her, I was doing promotions with a company, and like I did a bunch of good stuff with them, shows, music, everything, and like. When I got with her, she always made like it was an issue. Oh, it's 'cause too many girls. You always gonna be out.
The stripper is mad about other girls?
So, I mean, that's just really having a job, period.
Well, his contract was over when he first met me. He was ending his contract. He wanted to start it again, and he was letting me know what it took,
Well, what were your concerns about him being a promoter? Why didn't you want him to do that?
Well, at first, because he flirts so much, he's like a big flirt.
These two are matchmates in heaven.
He says he's like a nice guy. Okay, I understand.
Thank you. What is going on right now?
I still don't go around flirting. Dancing is, like I said, dancing is in my heart. I'm not going around.
You could be a ballet instructor. You don't have to be a stripper. You could actually be a pole dancer instructor.
You're so cute, or how you doing, or girls giving him kisses on the cheek while he's at work. It's too much. It's too much.
So you grinding in some guy's face should be okay with him.
But he never let me do it. He never let me do that when I was with him. I didn't do anything. I was in a box. I didn't do any of that. But when we separated, that's when I started to dance. I didn't do that when I was with him, but he was doing that when I was with him. He was flirting, and I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't dancing. I wasn't doing anything.
But you think he should be able to be with you while you're dancing.
I do.
But you don't think he should flirt with women or just be extra nice. Go ahead.
I mean, as a promoter, I gotta talk to people all the time.
Look at the guy in the back.
He's
like an asshole.
All of that. So I mean, that was just part of my life.
I did support your dream because I was there with you. I put flyers up. I passed out flyers. I promoted. I did all of that with you.
Ms. Smith, now I understand. Since he quit doing the promoting, you're unhappy with how much money he's making.
Well, I never seen any of the money that he was making when he was promoting anyways, because when we got together, he ended up moving in with me.
That's the L guys, never move in, move in together.
Him getting a regular job. I never seen any money from him promoting, period.
So are you saying that you has always been the one who's done all the maintaining of the household and breadwinning and taking care of everything?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, well, what are you saying?
At a point in time, he did have 2 jobs, and, he just does his thing. He's really, really focused when he's really focused. But sometimes he's unfocused, and he's, like, doing
So you're mad that it's not consistent,
So it's either this or that. He's, like, balanced or not balanced.
Yeah, it's either he's bringing in a lot of money or no money.
It's like a dealer,
Mr. Collins, your response to that?
Or a scammer.
Making me quit my
highs
job,
and then
that's
very
a whole
lows.
different transition to life. I mean, honestly, I didn't picture myself having a regular job, working at a fast food or nothing like that. If I want to be,
I wouldn't even feel like that's a regular job. I feel like that's like a lower income job. You would just
that dream, but
get a certificate and go do technology or something.
Yeah, sometimes you do go down, especially when you work for somebody else. Yeah. But I mean,
you know, people with an entrepreneurial spirit sometimes don't do well for a while, and then they do well,
really well.
You know what I mean? Then they do really well. And, you know, you kind of got to ride the ride with a guy if you love him.
I understand that completely. I did. I really did. I let him do whatever he needed to. He got back into promotion.
Separation? What was that issue?
That issue was we were staying with someone else, and he decided he wanted to go spend money on him and his friends, and he just got comfortable where we were. We were sleeping on somebody else's floor. So, you know, he said he was going to his mom's, and I wasn't invited there, and I just went to my mom's and
married.
Yeah, so
did it get kind of frat brother on her? You know, you sleeping on somebody's floor, you're spending money on fun and beers and all that kind of stuff, and then when you got tired of that, you went home to mom?
No, I wouldn't even nothing like that. I mean, honestly, we did end up staying with her friend. I mean, I had just got a new job working for like a little spot, and I was a server. So, I mean, I was basically saving a little money that I got from that job because I was working off basically tips, living off the tips or whatever. It was so we can pay a couple things. And I mean, when the time came, she was like, no, we don't need to do that. We're going to stay with our friends. So that's what we went and did.
Okay.
I didn't
all right. I think I got that idea. I want to hop onto another topic quickly is, why do you question the paternity of your child?
Oh, see, that's not even.
You don't?
I don't question that. No, that's my boy. He looked just like me.
So is it your mother who questions it? I mean, we took a DNA test for a reason, right?
She said something, but it was more out of, I mean, like anger, if anything. I mean, my son looked just like me to me, in my opinion. My mom's too, I guess.
Okay. Well, I tell you what we'll do. We'll ask her. Ms. Smith, his mother is here, and that always tells me mom and daughter-in-law don't get along. Why don't you tell me what conflict you are having with his family?
Well, first off, he's a mother's boy.
I mean, my baby's a mama's boy.
Everything, he always wants to call his mother or either go to his mother's house, or she always knows our business, no matter what.
And what kind of stuff does he tell her that you find inappropriate?
Well, I'm not sure. She really just comes up with things on her own. You know, she goes and spreads things to her family, too. You know, she says that I follow up behind him one minute. She says I'm crazy the next minute. You know, that girl is this and that girl is that just because I'm that girl at this moment. His previous people that he was with, they didn't get along either, just because their closeness, and she doesn't want him to leave the nest.
Sometimes.
Do you talk to her a lot? Do you tell her a lot about the problems in the marriage or the concerns that you have?
I really keep her out of my business when it comes out of what I got going on with my marriage, because I know she's gonna have something to say. But I mean, honestly, I just started staying with my mom. I never really stayed with her growing up.
I mean, my light turned off. It's okay.
When I got back with her. That's my mom.
She got this light. During the marriage, was she complaining that you do or talk too much to do more stuff with or talk too mushe your
she just complain and say like, oh yeah, you should just keep your mom out of business and she shouldn't know this and that. And I'll be like, I mean, if you're gonna try to put me out, I gotta go to her house, so she gonna find out something happened.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Collins, does she dip a lot into your business?
I mean, she say what she gotta say, but she don't really like ask me like, oh, what Amber did this time.
Because she comes up with her own conclusions.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking about you, Mrs. Collins, so why don't you come on up? How are you, Mrs. Collins?
I'm all right, thank you.
What do you believe is the problem in this union?
Well,
she wants
for
to be
one thing, she always wants everything to go her way. And it came to a time where they both was working. He always doing all the sacrificing. He quit the job so somebody can be there to watch the kids.
Because you said you were going to watch the kid, and you didn't.
Stop.
Because you have a nasty mouth, and when you need somebody to do something for you, you need to come to them a little bit better than you do. See, I don't mind helping them out.
She knows she got a nasty mouth. That's why she quiet like that.
Tell him he can
when
take
you come correct.
Yeah, that's right. Don't come there.
Well, what kind of things when she's seeking assistance? How does she go about it? You like pretend you're her.
She don't. She won't ask me. She'll have him ask me. Because I don't know why she think that I won't do it because it's her. But the things that she do, when the baby comes over there, she'll say, well, he can take the baby. So he brings the baby over to my house naturally, right? Well, not even an hour after the baby's there, she come there. she kicking and beating on the door. Give me my baby. You don't have to do all that. If you don't have lights over there at your house,
I know
why can't
exactly
that baby
who
stay here
this sounds like.
where he can be, where he's gonna be straight and he can be able to get some, he can be warm and all that because it was cold on the time.
Okay, now I want to switch gears to talk about why there were concerns about the baby. So I understand, you know, the concerns, and I understand we also have a picture. So let's just take a look and see who.
Oh my God, he look like Sincere, my little cousin. Oh, he's so cute.
Cutest thing in the world.
That baby bright. But
you see yourself in him?
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Yeah. Okay.
that baby is bright, but you know, anything's possible with black people.
Yeah, all right.
That's your baby.
That's your baby. That's your baby.
My baby's little kids are bright. My baby is so bright.
Pretty eyes. The whole bit.
Mrs. Collins, do you want this relationship to survive?
Not if they're not going
Ms.
to
Smith?
be responsible people. No. Because, like, I did my things in the past, but after I got myself together, my kids was my first priority. That's what I do. If you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, if everybody don't come to an agreement on how you're going to pursue this part and how you're going to pursue your part, there's no reason to be together.
Gotcha. Mrs. Collins, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can have a seat. Now, I'm going to ask you, Ms. Smith, do you want this relationship to survive?
I do. If he can just, you know, be open and he can just deal with the things that I actually want to do, because I've tried his lifestyle. And, you know, he tried to promote again, and I was there right with him every day and every night helping him out.
Open to what? What do you want him to be okay with?
I want him to be okay with me dancing. I
Fast
want
money.
him to be okay
It's not
with
your
my
dream,
dreams.
bro.
It's
You're
my
addicted
art.
to fast
I
money.
ain't gonna be able to do that.
Okay, well, I mean, that's something that's the reason why I've been bottled up for so long. Even when we were both rapping, we write music all night. He's like, yeah, we could be performing. Yeah, I could be dancing. Why would you want to be in the background dancing? You're supposed to be in the front. I love to dance.
Exactly.
You don't get that.
Be a Cardi B. Cardi B was like, she transitioned. She didn't want to stay up.
And then you're like, oh, that's ratchet.
Let him speak. Go ahead.
We talked about when we talked about me being a promoter, and we wanted to go back and try to find me another little street team or more connects or stuff like that. Like, I mean, she could have said, "Oh, I want to be a stripper," not just, "Oh, I want to be." She didn't even really say dancer at that point. She just said, "I like entertainment." Actually, the first thing she told me she wanted to do was be
choreographer.
What is it?
The dancing. Choreography.
No, not a choreographer. It was like the news, the weather girl, basically. Like
Meteorologist.
Meteorologist.
She wanted to do stuff like that.
Yeah, that
So like,
one.
yeah. So I'm thinking like, I mean, that's cool. I mean, she's stable. She got her kids. She trying to do whatever she got to do. But like, after a while, it just all changed up.
What you're telling me, right as of today, that poll is a deal breaker.
That's what it is.
That's a deal breaker. That's what I needed to know. The rest of this proceeding will be about that adorable young man, Kwame. He cannot tolerate your pole dancing, and he has the right to say that, and he has the right to leave if that is indeed what he wants to do. If you want to save this union, the only recommendation I would have is there might be another type of dancing that is less erotic that would allow him to stay. But if that pole dancing means that much to you, this union is over. That means nothing to Kwame. He should have two parents equally involved, equally interested. He should see you both all the time. And not only that, he needs to see two parents who treat each other decently.
Yes.
Everybody is on Kwame's team. Everybody's on Kwame's team. You don't argue in front of him. You don't start no stuff in front of him. You do have a stable environment for him. And if your environment isn't currently stable, how selfish is it of you to keep him in your unstable environment because you don't want somebody else who you know is going to take good care of him? Just handle him for a little while. That's selfish. That's all about your dislike for her and not your son's best interests.
That's how you feel.
Mr. Collins, I think you're a good guy. I think you want the best for your family, and I want you to make sure, I don't think you're gonna, but I just want to make sure you don't get distant. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stay right up there with him, and you make it easy for him. to see that baby boy.
Whenever he wants.
Whenever yeah. And be pleasant, be cool, and if you got to fight and argue, do it someplace else. And I would ask you, just on a, I want my life to be cool. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to run into a whole lot of people I don't like. I talk to people in a manner, even if I think they're crazy and ridiculous, but I talk to them nice because I don't want no stuff. My heart, and my blood pressure, too precious.
Can't take it,
Too precious to me. Mrs. Collins, you're older than she is. I will ask you to step up first. Apologize for whatever negativity you may have brought to the situation, and say, "Hey, I love that boy, and I'd like to have a positive relationship with you." And then you respond like you got some class.
Right, and that's how it happens.
Let us all hope so. Let us all hope so. I have never, I've seen, when you've been a judge, I've been since 1994, and I always say I've seen it all. I've never seen anybody who had pole dancing in their soul.
Their soul.
I've seen it now. You too do the best by that child, Mrs. Collins. Thank you so much for being that interested third party. Large extended families are always good. This matter is adjourned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The judge said we should all make adjustments, and only thing what I can do about that is just make sure I keep getting my son, make sure I keep working and getting better at life.
She's so petty.
That's it.
And whenever we can provide for him, and just keep checking on him every now and then. If she don't want to make the changes, then I don't know what we're gonna have to do with that after that.
And if my dancing is gonna end us, then that's fine, because there's no Romeo and Juliet in this money anyways. I'm set.
You know what she reminds me of? If y'all ever saw that movie 35 and Ticking? Something like that. It's basically a movie. It has Kevin Hart in it and Megan Good and all that. And it's basically like at the end of the movie, this guy, he had this, his wife, he was taking care of the kids and all that, trying to make the money. The wife ran off with some basketball player, because she was chasing the bag, and she kept saying, "I gotta go chase this bag, I gotta chase this money." And then at the end of the movie, it just didn't work out for her. I'm not gonna spoil it. It just didn't work out for her. And I believe this is not gonna work out for old girl here, because you literally gave up a family. You gave up your family for attention and fast money. Fast money that's going to go away very fast. And I hate to break it to you, baby girl, but you're not the ones that's going to be making $10,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month from stripping. You really are not. So the quick little 2,000s that you're making real quickly, it's gonna run out very fast. I can't. Just do better.